Hello, people. We're
And
live.
You're live.
And we thought we'd visit Dave for a minute because he's on. I
Dave's our
didn't know he was
homeboy.
on. Yep. Him
Dave's
and the Lowry are in here kicking it. Greg B says hi. Hi, Greg. Jim.
How come I don't see that? Am I not looking at the chat or something?
I got to pause the other stream.
Is it saying restream messages will from audience will display here, but I don't see any. Oh, you're talking about the stream there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's our stream. So I pause Lowry and them. Let's see. Let's play him. Get back in there.
Lebanon, Syria, and Iran. I mean, they've picked a fight
They're
with
a nice couple, aren't
everybody
they?
in the region right now.
Who?
They have
Lowry and
Rosh
his girl.
Hashanah.
Is this a
I don't
good
know.
time to talk?
Oh,
Is this a good
I
time to
mean,
talk about
where?
Khazarian mob or not?
I don't know where they're at.
Are we
Is that
ready
what
for
you're
yeah,
asking?
that?
yeah.
Are we ready for
No,
that
wait,
yet?
actually it
I
is
can
because
see.
it's
Oh,
Rosh
nice.
Because I don't
Hashanah
think
and they
we,
can't be
yeah,
online
I
right
don't
now.
think we've
Here it
ever
is.
talked
I'll
about
put him on the
that
big screen.
in length on any show. I've kind of touched on it.
Well,
I was
yeah, she's pretty. From what I can see, yeah.
Sure.
this subject, but
Yes.
I'm
Right.
asking you, man. It's your show. You tell me.
Yeah.
We can
Oh,
wait for a later date.
we can get into that.
I
in a
can't
little
see
bit.
you. Is somebody here besides us?
We
No.
can get into that here in a little bit.
I don't see anybody in the
Absolutely.
chat now.
I want to do a dedicated show.
They're all over
on
there.
that
Jim
very
Jim was saying hi to us in
subject,
his
Oh,
chat.
that's fine. That's fine.
take
We
it
got-
all the
I've-
way over.
Yeah.
I've got
I can
links.
watch that.
I've got
Just
links
have
on.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
what
can-
I'm saying
You
is
know,
that
we're
we
kind of
take it over to
competition with some
Rumble
of our buddies,
because
so it's
you know,
all good.
the small
I'm not competing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean,
prevalent
we're a similar show, so
on YouTube, but
talk
it
about
has
Kinda.
nothing to do with that.
We
The
cover
time
some of
is
the same
short.
topics for sure.
I watch Sob's show, so it's not like I don't do it. You know.
Time is short. This is
There's
why
only
we're
two
putting
people
all this
watching.
Shit on all at once. I thought
Just
this
us.
was kind of
Just us.
wild
Yeah.
what this woman said, man.
Just us.
Yeah.
And by the way, my camera went out when I came on here. I was on Dave's with the camera. I don't know why it quit working from here to there. So.
Told me that. Remember?
Yeah, I know. I'm talking to anybody that's watching this later
Oh.
on. There's an audience, sir.
I do
No
realize.
matter whether it's now or later.
Look no further than the current state of the United States of America. The
Is
state
there a
of
current
crime
state of the United States of
propaganda
America?
that has been
But each
allowed
state's
to run
individual, so I
rampant
can
in our
figure that.
country has done far
That's a good one.
worse
Not to
than
argue
divide
with
us
you.
over an election.
Yeah, it's just weird though the
There
way
are
it's said.
people celebrating
Oh man, come on,
the
show
loss
me
of
this
life
thing.
and the devastation
That
that
motherfucker's
just
gonna rattle.
happened
Show me the
in
thing.
multiple states
Let me
across
see
our
it.
country because they
Now
are
it's rattling.
dead states.
It's all right though. I mean,
Mhm.
How
let it rattle.
effing sick.
I should
Rattle,
have
rattle, rattle.
I shouldn't have taken those fucking metal things out because now they're not in there right. They're rattling around.
Person. I believe
You know, put us on screen
how I
again.
feel politically, and never once, ever, on any occasion in
Or
my
screw metal.
life would I
Let's
celebrate
take a look at it.
loss of life or destruction because it
See the
happens
inside of
to
that
someone who I
microphone.
don't agree with politically. If you want
They
to
already
know
put it back together
how
now.
awful things
Damn it, man.
happen in history,
What? See?
as
So
people
want to see what's inside of there?
stand by and watch,
Yeah.
now you know.
That's almost built like the one I got.
Yeah,
If
it's
I
a
could
nice
show
one.
it to you,
Works
if my
really
camera
good,
was
but
working.
It works really good. The problem is that the weight isn't from the crystal or anything in there. It's just the damn weights in there.
For the
Mhm.
I did
system,
not
Yeah.
expect
for the
that.
machine,
I thought maybe there was
with
a
their
reason
whole
why they
heart.
put
Did history
weight.
teach us?
No, I was wrong.
This is
Weight's just there to make
Nice.
it
And at this point,
stay down.
it's
I guess.
beyond evil.
Oh,
People are-
that was a YouTube
People
sound,
are
wasn't it?
ripping on each
No, it's
other
TikTok.
over this shit really hard. They're
Oh, man,
like,
they-
well, it doesn't matter. There are a bunch of Republicans got killed in that storm, or whether it's in the
Bunch of
Middle East,
Republicans
it's
got
like, I
killed
don't
in the
care if
storm.
A bunch of
Holy shit.
June coons get killed, blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah.
like that. It's the uncaring thing because of the propaganda that
No,
you've
just
been
people,
fed,
dude.
allowing
People are people.
you to somehow
You know?
psychopathically in your mind dehumanize these people to a point where they've just inanimate objects as far as you're concerned.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
works.
There's. This is a like.
You got it plugged in?
Definitely, like we need
I
to
haven't
save
plugged
this
it in
for
yet, but
Rumble
now
channel
the
'cause I have a
plug
bunch
looks
to
like
talk
it's
about it.
crooked
But I
too.
think I can hobo speak my way through
Mhm.
in general.
As long as it works.
I wasn't
Right.
paying attention.
The normalization of
Looks
murdering
crooked
people
now.
is a little disturbing.
No, it's good.
And like me being from like I didn't grow up in church. I
Maybe
didn't
it's
grow
not
up in
good.
anything. I was never an atheist, but I really didn't just give a shit about it. But like I consider myself Christian adjacent or Christian
The question
friendly.
is, what is an atheist?
And like
What
it was
is a
like, yeah,
theist?
do no harm,
What-
do
what
no
is-
this.
what is-
The
I consider myself
normalization of
Christian.
killing people
Does that mean
it's a
that
bit
are Christian
not
or you're
disarming, but it's
I think
a bit
to be a Christian,
disturbing.
you have to believe in Christ,
You
right?
know, and then like you see it in
Well,
repetition in
that's you have
propaganda,
to profess
where
Christ
it's
as your
like
savior.
just people
Is what
dying. It's like, well,
the
people
standard
die
If you
every
don't
day,
believe that, then
and
you're
then
not a
suddenly
Christian,
gets to that
are you?
point, like, well,
Well, there
people
you
die
go.
every day.
Well,
mean,
You know what I mean?
but
And I'm
kinda
like,
you got to take
no,
the.
that's fucked up. It didn't used
That's
to be
what
that
makes you a
way.
Christian.
You know, it didn't used to be.
You make you a Christian.
Oh
Nick.
yeah, we killed a bunch of
Well, yeah.
Muslims over here. We have a bunch of Jews died over here, or whatever. It just didn't. It didn't.
Okay.
Now it's just wide open. It's just like death, destruction, propaganda. Even though I think it was always propaganda through this past.
I'm gonna
15
say
years,
Dave
20
is
years,
doing a
whatever, I
good
think it
job
may
of
be the wide open.
handling this.
I think now it's in the wide open. It's in the wide open, and they're normalizing death to invite war into this thing, and like to get our arms around how that works. You gotta step back from it and be like,
Ah, it
hey,
works. Yes. The
not
lights
okay
on.
with this shit.
Yes.
Not okay
Yay.
with any of this stuff.
Hear what
You
it
know, you're
sounds
trying
like.
to
That's what
normalize
really counts.
killing people or whatever, and you're even creating
Oh, wait, I
propaganda
don't
that your
have
people
enough.
are getting killed versus,
It's not going to work
you know,
anymore.
that whole thing in the Middle East has been going on for fucking years.
Did you?
It hasn't stopped. I mean,
Now,
those
I'm
people
gonna
hated
look
each
up
other
the
for
theme
years,
song for
and they
tonight.
normalized it. And
Right,
it depends
right.
on who
I
gets
have
the
one.
most people behind them to
Me,
get
I mean,
sorry
you.
for the Israelis
Oh, yeah.
versus the Muslims versus like when did that ever become our problem? When did it ever become our problem? We're living thousands of miles away from them over here. You know, the only problem that we've created for ourselves is we
Can you hear me?
tax
Oh, that
money
works good,
to
doesn't it?
pay for that fucking
Yeah, it does.
Ha
you know, it's like, you know, like, I'm
Much
Does mine
fuck
better
sound
than
that good?
I
Baby.
don't agree with that.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
You know,
I
every
should
time you
sing,
buy a
baby.
candy bar,
Right.
every time
Do
buy
you
a
want
Subway
me to sing
sandwich,
to you, dear?
your 2 cents
A
goes towards the
serenade would
fucking
go good
workers,
right now.
even though, you know, they have the fucking printers to print money and like it's all bullshit anyway. They, you know, they're killing a bunch of
That's the
people
number one
because
blinking
they
'cause it's on,
believe
catchphrase.
that their
It's,
God
it's
is better
all
than their
bullshit.
God.
There, where it
You
won't
know,
get
this
knocked
is
over.
not
and I won't
new. It's
drop.
not new.
Dude,
It's
my
not,
microphone ain't
you know,
working either. Holy crap.
but most people forget
Good.
about it. Like they, you know,
Said I
My
5
light
minutes
wasn't
ahead,
on.
5 minutes behind. They
Yeah.
can't
I can
remember
sing
shit.
tap
You know?
dance fucking
There it
anyway,
goes.
hey, if
dude,
I
I
want.
rant, dude.
My
You're
mic's
all
working
right,
now.
man.
How's that?
Listen,
Does that sound
I'm gonna
good?
put this
Testing 1
little
2, testing 1 2.
questionnaire thing up in
Sounds good to
Can
the
you hear that?
chat.
I
Okay.
hear.
Yeah. Nice.
So if you could receive
It was the light was out. Maybe if I unplug my camera, maybe it'll come on.
Like I said, mine wasn't out because
$10,000,
it
but
wasn't making a good connection. The ground wasn't good. That's why it was.
in
It didn't sound good.
response to
Remember
you
before you
accepting
kept saying it was
it,
crap. It's because
a
the
random
ground wasn't
person
plugged
in
in
the
right.
world
Now that it
would
is, now you can see the
die.
light blinking. See, I can go like,
Would you take the money?
No.
No,
and I don't have to hit the mute button.
put
I
it
have
up there.
on
though.
top of the
Let's see
mic
what
that works.
Let's see how many
40
trolls we got.
So I can
in
actually
a
walk
poll
away because that's a
taken,
long ass cord too. I can
by,
walk
I
over there
think
with it
it
if I want.
was New York Post.
That poll went up. That is
Yeah,
the
and
fucking sickest fucking poll I've ever heard in my life.
46% of the people said they'd take it. Never once even
46%
realizing
take it.
that random person could be you.
Yeah.
Okay, that random person that would have to die could be the person that accepted the money as well.
Right.
It's
Never
fucked up.
once did they take that into consideration. They just looking at the odds of it being someone that they know, and if it's not someone they know, then it doesn't matter. You see,
I think people have been softened to death.
That's
You know,
a
in
really
general.
fucked up quote
Uh,
to put on the New York Post.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be like back in the day. Like I remember growing up, it was like I was afraid of death. I didn't want to die. I wanted to like have fun and like
Jaron
enjoy
was
life and
invited
do all.
on the show.
And like, it seems like death has just been so normalized. It's like ever since that stunt they pulled in 2020, it's like people are just like, well, I'm gonna die anyway. I guess whatever. You know, I'm just like, where did this come from? Like, where did this normalization of like, oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna die now, and like, it doesn't matter. And like, come on, guys, snap out of it, dude. It's like life is right in front of you.
it is. It is.
You know,
it's
right
because
here.
they've been beat down. They're depressed slaves. You know, on a level, they're depressed slaves. They look forward to that little brief reprieve from their slavedom. You know, and they can escape and watch their TV and eat their Doritos and shit. You know.
I know, and you can literally like I hosted a conspiracy trivia down at my local bar downstairs. This is in Brooklyn. This is in deeply blue Brooklyn. You know, and I did a conspiracy thing down there, and like a bunch of conspiracy people came out, and we were all having a good time or whatever. The people that weren't, the people that had no idea that there's a possibility of anything else outside of their normal narrative, they were like deer in headlights. And I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Again, I'm working through this whole thing. I'm like, are NPCs real? Are
Yeah,
are
I
are,
believe
are
so.
organic portals real or whatever?
We have
Or are
our
they
first
just so young in the process
Hello,
that
Meek.
they just have no idea how to use
And
that
we have our
mental
first
muscle,
thumbs
which
up
is,
here.
basically,
I
you
gave
know,
it.
common sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I see it every day. It's like, you can see it from a mile away. And I don't know if I want to fuck with these people or help them, because I don't know if I'm doing myself a disservice by helping them, or if I fuck with them, am I being a bad person? Like, I could see like,
Okay,
that's
so here's what I do, right? And I liken it to this. It's real simple. Guy falls. You see a guy that is in the water. He's apparently drowning. Okay, and you throw him a life preserver. You throw him a life ring, right? And he pushes it away. And you think, okay, well maybe he just couldn't get it. And you throw him another life ring, and he pushes it away again. It's obvious that that person wants to drown. It's obvious that that person does not want help. It's not going to be wise to jump into the water and try to keep him from drowning. You know why? Because he's going to pull you under and drown you too.
man,
There will be casualties.
that's what they teach you in lifeguarding. It's like, to protect yourself, you keep them at arm's distance, but you still drag them to the to the shore,
Exactly.
but they will bring you down. And this is something that's really fascinating to me. And I think it's a really good topic. Like, you should write notes on this. Like, this topic of like actually handling people that are what we call normies or NPCs or souls in the making, or maybe they're just plain old organic portals set here to fuck with
Where are we
us,
going to talk to him?
whatever. But it's real. Like, there are people that don't have internal dialogue with themselves. They've never asked the question about the very fact of what they're walking around on, what they're doing, what's going on, why am I doing things like this? What am I
That's
doing?
because they've been trained to accept information.
If you could receive $10,000,
based
but in return
on
a
the
random person would
perception
die, would you take
of
it?
the
Hell
presenter's
yes. No, I'm just kidding.
supposed station in life. That's where it comes from, right there. And you're
Would you
programmed
take
with
it?
that. This is
No,
why
fuck no. Not for
people
10,000, maybe 10 million.
respond to the suit. Okay, they respond to the uniform. They respond
Should I go
to
in
the
there?
lab coat. They respond to these various things, and they will act differently according to
Roger.
the costume and the perceived status of the person presenting the information to them, and not taking into mind this is just another human being wearing a costume. Okay, that's why. This, and you can even tell a person right straight up, if the commercial says this is not a doctor. But the guy will walk around with his stethoscope acting like a doctor, telling you about this latest and greatest drug. And then at the end, they reaffirm it by saying, ask your doctor about fuck it all, and it's like, what
Right.
do you mean? Like, in addition to that fake doctor, fuck you,
Doesn't it feel like an endless snake oil show?
It's
Like-
a constant barrage of attacks on your mind.
Yeah.
That's what it is. At all times, you're continuously being barraged.
They're all born in
You're
November,
under a
too.
barrage of mind
All them
attacks
serial killers.
at any given moment. Mind attacks within mind attacks.
And they actually refined it over the course of like 70 years. I mean, everybody on here obviously knows about MK Ultra. We've been down that rabbit hole, whatever. But they've refined it
Okay, what?
to the point where it's every second of every day if you choose to acknowledge it and or you choose to agree with it and you're agreeing with their contract. And like, there's a lot of us that aren't agreeing with the contract anymore. Yeah, we're catching
This
a
guy
lot of
does have a
flack,
lot to
but
say,
like,
huh?
honestly, like if anything else, it's people that are listening to this past live and everything else. It's really like, if you don't agree to the contract, you don't have to do it. And guess what? They have no power over you. And if I could impart that to everyone listening, you don't have to way. These people have no power.
Oh my God,
They
power
are
lies.
parasites. They're parasites, and you can make a lot of names for them. I'm sure there's a lot of categories that we're talking about. I'm not positive.
Uh-oh.
Which
I still
category they
going?
reside in a certain group of people. Yeah, you're still here. They reside in a certain group of people. They may not be called like that group of people, but I kind of have a hunch that they're hiding amongst another group of people that don't even know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's the best I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
What's that thing?
Well,
in the
here's
hotel?
this is Stu Peters. So I guess he tried it with one of those Alexa type devices or something. I'm assuming by what I saw. So let me
Is that
see
what it
what
is?
happens here.
Alexa, was cloud seeding used in Hurricane Helene?
From egettalk.com. To reduce the amount that can be paid out as compensation, Hurricane Helene was then artificially created, just like cloud seeding used to control
there you
and
go.
manipulate the weather, to flood and devastate those places and crash the value of land there.
Of course, they had to teach her to say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alexa,
why?
was cloud
They had to
seeding
tell her
used in
not. They had
Hurricane
to
Helene?
turn off all her
That's-
parameters to get her to say that.
See, I won't have one of them fucking devices in my house, so I
I
can't.
unplug it
test
every time I find it in the house.
You're
Plug
muted,
it, I
live.
unplug the son of a bitch.
It would be better to
I only use it
honestly
whenever I
walk
want to use it.
yourself away from AI. I'm sure there's some really good things that could be worked on, but I feel like because it's written by people, it's just walk away from it. You have your common sense. Just don't like we used to live like this before cell phones and before the internet, and we were just fine. And we made food and we
Right.
ate and we had a good time and we had loving relationships with our families. We did all these things. AI, just fuck it. Fuck that shit. Like get a flip phone. Like if you need to call somebody, get a flip phone, call them or whatever. I'm not sure I need this black thing in my hand with again having all the information in this place that we live in my one right hand. It's been really fun. That's what kind of helped us all come together and talk about, I don't know, the place that we walk around in, and we found out that, hey, we're not a spinny ball. We figured that out. So the internet really did that really great things for us. At the same time, now that we have this knowledge, we can walk away from it and we can use it for only what it's useful for. And like, there's nothing else we need to do outside of this. We can just walk away from it because at this point in time, AI is so powerful. It's creating pictures of things that people are believing. They're believing cartoons. They're believing pictures of people that didn't even happen. There's even one for the disaster in North Carolina with this girl and with a dog in the front of the canoe. And it made me cry for a hot minute. And then I realized, like, you go in the AI, it was AI generated.
Yeah,
It wasn't even true. Like,
I know. You'll see this stuff come up and say, like it's some kind. Oh, look, never before seen footage from Antarctica from 1912 or some shit, and they're showing like a Stargate and all this other fucking bullshit. And I'm like, man, get out of here with this AI bullshit. I'm tired of it, man. I am completely tired of it. And people, listen, when you go fucking with that thing, all you're doing is you're teaching Skynet. You're teaching Skynet how your mind works so that it can fucking circumvent anything you try to do in the future if it wants to.
Yeah.
Skynet will be fucking online, and you're going to be sorry for training Skynet to fuck you. I'm serious, y'all. Can't plays with this.
And you don't need it. You don't need it. Honestly, like, you don't need that stuff. There's a whole generation of people that don't even know how to walk through the world without having a swipe right, swipe left mentality or the pad or whatever. But like, I mean, I am witness. Nicole is witness. Saba, obviously you're a witness. It's like we made it just fine without all this stuff for many years.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna use this tech to fight back until it just becomes useless, and then I fucking throw my phone off a bridge. I don't give a shit. I know how to walk through the world. I know how to plant plants. I know how to do stuff. I know how to eat and like do that sort of thing. It just doesn't. For like a really vast people that are based out there, and I know there's a lot of people on this broadcast. We don't need it. We're in just fine shape, and like find your people, find the people that are based and that actually have common sense, that aren't NPCs or whatever we're calling them. I don't even know what we're calling them. They're still a mystery to me. I don't understand why they can't have an internal dialogue. I don't get it. Maybe it's just maybe our generation or our group of people are better at like actually asking questions. I don't really know. I don't get it.
Well, maybe they have an internal dialogue and it's really fucking creepy.
There's that. I mean, I love my sister. She dear to my heart. She can't get it, and that's not because maybe she can't get through it or whatever. I don't know. My dad's way beyond it. He was programmed like, way back in the day, and just breaking him out of his programming is probably impossible. I've tried, doesn't work. So like all you do is give them love the best you can, give them love and say, hey, this is how I feel. And like you can't see it. It's okay. Or maybe they're going through a journey where they still have to go through it. And here's another thing too, Sav, and I like it's really important. People have to go through this journey on their own in order to bear the fruits of it. If we just tell them it's flat, we just tell them that it's all this, they'll just be like, oh, okay, it's flat, whatever. They will never benefit from the fruits of the labor that it took us to get through all this bullshit. And we're talking years of bullshit to work through this shit. Really, for some people, the Kennedy assassination, for some people way back before that. But like we're 25 years ahead of the average normie and or NPC and or organic portal. And
you want to know what the Kennedy assassination opened up for me and made me realize how far back it goes, right? Because then I started finding evidence of the fucking Pearl Harbor conspiracy that was set up. That was a setup.
Yeah.
100%.
And how long has this been going on? How long?
Yeah. Oh, forever. Listen, just to kind of shift a little bit.
Yep. Sorry, I was ranting.
I just
Go ahead.
ran across this post and it's 20 hours old, and all this other shit has kind of obscured it. But it says here that the FBI seized Diddy tape showing Hillary Clinton unaliving a child at a freak-off party. Seized footage from the Diddy Combs' notorious parties allegedly feature Hillary Clinton in scenes that will upend the political establishment in Washington, D.C. and send shockwaves around the world. Diddy now sits in prison, fearful he will not survive long enough to face his day in court, while rumors circulate that Hillary is anxious she will be the next powerful figure to be exposed. Whistleblowers, including those closest to Diddy and the Clintons, are coming forward with damning evidence of sex crimes and crimes against children involving Hollywood stars, famous athletes, and DC elites. Hillary has survived countless scandals, but this time there's no covering it up. The tide has turned, the truth is being laid bare, and it's about to rock the entire system to the core. And this is from the TPV Sean. I don't know if you're familiar with him on
seized footage from Sean Diddy Combs.
1 second here, I'll bring it up. Did you hear anything about this at all?
We've been following it a little bit, but
I heard a lot.
I'm trying to figure out how to dodge distractions. I know all these fuckers are evil, but I don't know which is a distraction and who's actually getting arrested. I don't even know if it's P Diddy in jail or if it's like
no, Diddy's in jail.
He's in jail, or a guy that looks like him. So like this rabbit hole goes so deep. Like he doesn't even. He's got his eyes. Never mind. Just keep going. Sorry.
Well, here's the thing. It gets me with me as far as I'm concerned. Hillary Clinton has. I've known about that fucking bitch for a long time, man.
How many friends of hers? How many friends of hers have killed themselves? There's like some.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's 37 more than that. I guarantee it.
There's no stat in life where someone has over 20.
I got a paper that's probably 15 or 20 years old that's called the Clinton Body Count, and that's got a phenomenal amount of people on it, and that ain't even keeping up with the newest ones.
No.
I mean, come on. No. This is insane. But yeah, I found this. I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. I just now ran across it, and it'll give me an opportunity to go take a pee and reload my bomb, right?
There we go. Yeah, play a video.
Wait a minute.
Seized footage from Sean Diddy Combs is no.
What, Nicole?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, did you hear about the whole Beyonce stuff?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, man. Yeah. These people in Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, like all of it. It's getting really, really weird.
Gnarly.
Well, the whole thing is that to cover that up, Michael Jackson, I guess, was going to come forward about some of this bullshit. And that's one of the reasons they went after him.
So then the whole baby oil stuff, the baby oil stuff, somehow they there was something that I saw that they make them drink the baby oil somehow, and it causes like a pneumonia and they die.
GHB.
GHB.
GHB, the date rape drug shit, right? Okay.
Yeah, they
And
put it
it's
in baby oil bottles, then they rub it all over you, then you pass out. And then I'm sorry, did you hear about the hard-boiled egg test?
Oh yeah, that was with what's his
That was
face?
Russell
Russell
Brand.
Brand.
So apparently the
yeah,
hard-boiled
yeah,
egg
yeah,
test,
I did. Yeah, I did. Where they gotta anally insert it
you got to put it
without
in your
breaking
butt,
it.
and if the shell breaks, you're not ready.
Yeah, it's gnarly. It's just gnarly stuff. It's just like gross.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I saw a picture. Listen, I just that, and I didn't even think about it at the time. And now that you reminded me of that, that explains this picture I just ran across before I ran into this. That had a picture of Russell Brand standing there with P Diddy holding a fucking egg.
Holding an egg. Yeah, yeah, that happened.
Oh no, no.
I know it just keeps going.
Macaulay Culkin. Like,
I mean.
And numerous celebrities who are associated with him. While this might help Diddy, it could spell trouble for Hillary Clinton, who is known to be among those implicated. Dan Bongino worked on Hillary Clinton's security detail in New York in the 90s, and he says the case is much bigger than people realize.
The Sean Combs case is bigger than you think. Not a case about an entertainer. This case is a big deal. Why did I tell you that? Because, folks, I worked with the Clinton detail for a long time up in New York when she was running for Senate. And they hung around with this whole crowd. That's right. Oh, look, dailymail.com. Diddy's bodyguard says there are tapes of politicians at freak-offs and claims the rapper learned this from other music moguls. Really? Did I say that the other day, fellas, that there may be more? Do you remember that show? You P1s, remember that?
On Tuesday, Texas Attorney Tony Busby, representing 120 individuals, held a press conference, revealing that the accusers are nearly evenly split by gender, span over 30 years, and include 25 minors. Shockingly, one of those minors was just 9 years old at the time of the alleged abuse.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
Did you catch that? Just like Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy was not acting alone. He was perpetrating these crimes against young people and children as young as 9, along with a host of household names and prominent politicians. The jig is up, and many of them are set to spend the rest of their lives behind bars.
People who wouldn't otherwise, for a variety of reasons, are now stepping forward to make their voices heard and to pursue justice. But no, most of these people are scared. They fear.
Shit, that stupid ass Chrissy Teigen, she wasn't scared. They asked John Legend at that some kind of gala, and they're on the red carpet there, and it says
they were just talking wide open. They were just saying it.
They deleted all of their text, their Twitter messages, all of them. Chrissy Teigen is not a nice person.
I don't think she's really a she either.
Chrissy Teigen, they are not a nice person.
I mean, she had some really bizarre tweets out there about, just.
I should be arrested because I'm watching babies and splits and shit. Like that's
yeah.
Head.
if you think about like the actual power grip of power, actually, it's like, how do you embarrass somebody in front of the public? And pedophilia is probably the purest power tool that there is, and that's what it just makes sense. It's not a me being hyperbolic. It's just like, how do you get your hands around someone's balls, or vice versa? You get them in a position where they're embarrassed in front of their fellow human beings, and it